Hello and welcome. This is Stamp with Julie Baum and I'm Julie. Thank you so much for watching today. I welcome you, whether you are a brand new first-time viewer or whether you are one of my loyal followers that comes back time and time again. A really warm welcome. Today I'm going to show you this bookbinding card. This was actually a card that we made at a recent event that I had called Stamp and Sip. And it is a bookbinding card, which I've shown before, but I really like this design and I like the elements of this card, so I wanted to share it with you. Let's get started. I'm starting with a card base of Night of Navy. This is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and I am going to score it at 3¼ inches and at 4¼ . All right, those two folds are going to get reinforced here with the bone folder. One flap gets folded back. All right, so that's our card base. Then I have a piece of basic white cardstock. This measures 3 inches by 5¼ . This is going to be the inside panel. I have my designer series paper, and I've chosen paper from the Country Garden Inn, and you're going to need 3 pieces. Now I've chosen 3 that coordinate nicely together. So 2 of your pieces are going to be 3 inches by 5¼ , and your third piece is 3/4 inch by 5¼ inches. Then I have scrap. I am going to do the stamping of my words on this white, and then I've chosen a piece of Misty Moonlight that is actually going to be the backing behind my sentiment piece. I went ahead and pre-die cut these so we could save a little bit of time on camera, but these are from the Stylish Shapes set of dies. Honestly, if I had to live with just one set of shape dies, this would be the one. You've got multiple sizes of circles, squares, and banner shapes. You just cannot go wrong with this set of dies. So I have the largest square and then one size down. Normally, I prefer to stamp before I punch or die cut, but in this instance, the die cuts are already made and just to make it quick, and it will be easy to stamp on this square. All right, let's start putting our card together. The first thing is to seal this little fold, this little part of our bookbinding card. I'm using my liquid glue, but you can use Stampin' Seal or tear and tape. And I'm going to press that down very well. That is the part of the card that needs to stay down by design. This is how the card will open. All right, that little 3/4 inch strip is going to go next, and I'm going to put it right here, kind of on the spine of the bookbinding card. My main paper, this one is getting attached to the very front of the card in the most prominent position. And then my final piece of designer series paper is going here on this inside flap. We made 4 cards at my Stampin' Sip event. One of those cards is going to be featured on my Simply Saturday series, which is here on YouTube. A new episode airs every Saturday morning, and it is episode 73, so you can look for that. This is the second of the 4 cards, and then the other 2 cards I will be making card tutorials, and you can see them here on my YouTube channel as well. All right, I'm going to go ahead and attach the white piece to here. If I was going to do some stamping on this, I would stamp first and then glue it in, but I'm going to leave this one blank. This is just ready for a handwritten message. Okay, for the stamping part of our card, I'm going to be using Night of Navy ink and also boho blue. So starting with boho blue, the stamp set is called Biggest Wish and is a quite versatile stamp set. I've used it a lot and continue to do so. So I'm using the happy in the big block letters to stamp right in the top left corner of my square. And I do know from using this ink and this stamp together quite a bit, this will actually dry a little bit lighter than it appears right at the moment that you stamp it. And then Night of Navy with the little scripty birthday word. And this is just going to go kind of at an angle across, like so. Okay, I'm going to show you a unique ribbon trick for attaching our ribbon to this. I have about 9 inches of the white glittered organdy ribbon. And for this little method, you're going to need some tear and tape. That's what I recommend. And I will need a couple pieces, so I'm going to get those ready. All right, so this ribbon trick, I just used it in our class, and I kind of like it. It's different. I've never seen anybody do this before. And I'm going to wrap the ribbon around the corners of my square, kind of resembling how when you wrap ribbon around a package, you know how you do like this number? So we're going to use a small amount of ribbon to do this. Let me see, is this? There's not really a front and back. If there is a front and back, this is the front of my ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to hold it across the corner of my card. And the first thing I'm going to do is tack this side into place. So I've got a piece of my tear and tape there. Stretch it across the corner. You do kind of want to pull it tight and smooth it out and tighten it on this piece here. Okay, and now I'm going to, see I'm pulling it tight, and I'm going to attach that, just tack it down with my tear and tape. All right, now I can cut the ribbon, and I'm going to use the rest for the other corner. Now the tape that we've used here also is going to do double purpose because it's going to be used to attach this to the card. Okay, so on this corner, the same thing. I'm going to tack one side down. So it's holding my ribbon onto the square, and then we're going to use that tape as well. All right, pull it across the corner. Looks like it's on a present or a package. Hold it nice and tight. And this piece gets tacked down as well. I've even got excess, so I'm going to just trim that away. Okay, now releasing the backing paper of all that tear and tape. And this piece can get attached to the card. Again, I like the little illusion that it gives of a package since this is a birthday card. It's just very subtle, but I think it's a nice little ribbon treatment. I'll probably use this again in the future. Okay, so I've got that lined up nice and straight on my card. Press it down. That tear and tape is now holding that in place. And then on the back of this white piece, I'll just attach 4 dimensionals. And then that has a little extra lift and creates a little more interest on the card as well. Okay, and then that's getting centered on my blue piece with the package wrapping, like so. All right, Now let's make a little bow out of a piece of white baker's twine. You should be able to do this with about 6 inches of twine. If you feel like you need more, 8 inches or so, and then trim it, but I try to get away with using as little as possible, right? Make it go a long way. Okay, there's my bow, and I will use a glue dot pressed right into the center of my bow. Well, it is pressed in there. Let me see if I can get it off of the backing. There we go. All right, and then this is going to go right here in the corner. I'm leaving a little space because I'm also going to add a gem right there. So super easy card design, goes together fast. Most of the work is here on your focal image. And I'm trimming up those tails a teeny bit. Then I will finish with an iridescent rhinestone jewel. And I'm going to go ahead and use a large one. This is kind of in the corner, and so I don't want my gem to get lost. This is almost the largest, so this might be a medium size one. I don't know if there were 3 or 4 sizes of these originally. And put this kind of in the corner near my bow. And there we have it. A cute bookbinding fold card. Happy birthday in lovely shades of blue. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please leave me a message and let me know what you liked about it. And also, especially if you plan to make one of these cards. I've left some information for you below this video in the description box. Be sure and open that up and see the messages and the host code that I've left for you there. And I do invite you to subscribe to my channel if you have never done that. By subscribing and clicking the notification bell, you will receive a notice each and every time I post a new video here on my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy stamping!